Welcome back, baby dolls. Have you heard the news? Jackson's booty hole has been compromised by Lord Major Loser Powell, and Ethereum has done a skyrocket pump to $4,900. Now, of course, because it is a weekend, we're going to see the price action jitter around. You know, friends, I dared to say, I'll go, you know what, man? I'm so desperate for dopamine. I don't care if we do a $1,000 price cap. That's how desperate we are. We're like ushering in the unlucky doom, but you and I, we're still going to make it because the Ethereum price, friends, is just an indicator that we are starting to rise up in the business cycle. I've got a lot of cracker news coming your way, especially when it comes to PulseChain, friends. We're gonna break on through. So firstly, today is the 23rd of August. And of course, what's been happening is we have LibertySwap Finance has officially opened the Solana bridge. Plus, Richard Hart has been posting a lot about the marketing. All of that coming your way and more. So starting off, friends. So LibertySwap Finance, they've officially opened the Solana bridge. And the first transaction was done. Okay, so they did about 10 cents. This is wonderful to see. I've got videos coming out later on as well, friends. So I've had to throw this in here. And I'm not sure if they've actually got the buttons there where you can actually do the Solana move, but the transactions work. So it's like, I guess it's ready to go live. Maybe by the time you see this, it's already live. It's been this weekend, you know, it's all happening. Everything's starting to crank. And you got to think of, man, like, I guess Richard Hart perfectly timed it. Man, that's wild, dude. You know what I mean? He perfectly timed it. Officially opening the Solana bridge. Now, I don't know if it's exactly open right now. It's going to be like, you know, this weekend. Pretty much the transactions are working. So what's coming next, right? And we got the big post from Richard Hart, which I'll now show you. The next marketing phase. Now, I'll be honest. What I'm feeling is, I'll just be honest, man. I reckon he's got the answers, and he's like making you feel like you get a participation trophy. So he's made a post here. He goes, the non-profit needs to print the mailing labels now. Post your IDs. So he's even shown, friends, the actual postcard, right? He has the addressing area. What sentences can he put up there? I don't know why these white girls are here. Sydney Sweeney. I don't know what it is. Are they just going to slap on boobies into a postcard? Does that work? I mean, if I'm talking about it, you know, I'm not talking about pot plants, right? That's for Saturday nights, okay? During the day, you do conservative stuff, like look at scantily clad women. Now, the next phase of the PulseChain marketing, progressing, okay? It's all timing with this Ethereum price rise and the business cycle and everything going up, right? That's why I've been telling you the whole time, friends. It's not, that's why, like, it's not him, man, okay? He doesn't control it. None of us control it. It just took time. You know, it's been taking forever. Now, Ethereum touching $4,900. Remember, it's rotating and doing stuff around. We have 200,000 postcards going out to addresses. Apparently, they're like good high net worth addresses. I'm not sure about all the details. I'm sure maybe you guys have tried to invite me to some of these telegrams. And just to let you know, friends, also like friendly advice for you. I get messages all day, and everybody is trying to lure me into a coin, a chat room, and to do this. And you know what, friends? I love every single one of you. I'm just telling you, from my perspective, 99.9% they just never make it. So what? Like, it's hard for me to go, oh, I've got to take this one seriously. Also, like, if you're going to contact people, you have to make everything known. You got a sentence, man. Okay? If you can't grab the attention in a sentence, goodbye. You know what I mean? Friends, literally, I barely sleep at all. Sometimes when I do sleep, friends, we're talking minutes here. Okay, so like, you know, even asking for, hey, do you have half an hour or a couple of hours to talk? No, we don't. We don't. And look at crypto, by the way. There's a 99.9% chance if you venture off the main road, you're about to get scammed. Literally 99.9% chance. Did you ever hear a retailer going, I followed this guy into this channel. I opened up a .exe. I had a convo with a guy for 3 hours. He took me into Discord, and I turned my $10,000 into $900,000. The story doesn't end like that. The story ends with, and then I lost my $10,000, and now I'm actually bankrupt again after 3 years. You know, that's how usually it works. I contributed to Richard Hart's posting. Some things, man, just to show you, like, it's actually interesting. If you want to try and grab people's attention, you can't get like a sophisticated person. And by the way, you don't want like a sophisticated person's $27 anyway. How do you grab people's attention with words? Well, there's a few things. There's a few things you can say. Don't miss the next Ethereum. Faster than Ethereum, cheaper than Binance. So you can slap any of these on here. I wrote, PulseChain was designed to appreciate 1,000x in price. PulseChain will grow faster than Bitcoin. What if you were early to Ethereum? PulseChain. Be first, be early. PulseChain. Don't miss out on the next Ethereum. It's called PulseChain, and crypto's biggest opportunity has a name. It is called PulseChain. So some of those, like, I mix and match some ChatGPT recommendations and stuff out here. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll just put that on here just so I can show you. Like, it makes it looks like we're getting the participation trophy. Yeah, look, here's the thing, man. I don't think the billionaire is actually going to take our suggestion. I'm just being completely honest, man. You know what I mean? Like, friends, I don't think a guy is about to play the semis in basketball. He's going to go to the crowd, like the random American dad there with his checkered shirt and his 3 kids, and he's like, hey, do you think I should play offensive or defensive against this team? You know what I mean? Like, I think he's just asking to talk. I don't think he's actually gonna listen. So hopefully we do continue to keep cranking. I've got more updates and everything coming out later on throughout the day. Look, friends, trust me, okay? When I open up PulseChain Core Coins, I don't want to say every day PDI is going up the most. Okay, I want to talk about, like, show me a 50% candle move in Ink. Show me another 50% move in Hex. Why is it every day PDI? I don't know, bro. I don't know. PDI and PWBTC. Of course, the BlackRock ETF, Dick with Butt, is also there as well. So they're all going up, man. They're all going up. We're long everything. I got all the core coins. And yeah, I don't have just one. I have all of them. I want them all to crank. But yeah, man, I'm really, 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 really excited if this thing works, man. You're literally watching magic happen in real time. That if this actually works out. Man, literally never before seen. Also, friends, I've got an extremely important warning. Let's play some Pumpy G music for us first. And let's mog some non-believers. Okay, please, during this bull market, look, we can do what you want. Please don't do crypto on your phone. Okay, just please, please, please don't. Apple have had a 0-click exploit. I didn't even know this was possible. 0-click exploit. They've just had to do an immediate patch. So 0-click exploit, you don't even have to open up a file. Someone sends you a JPEG and they can access your phone. You don't even open the message. It's just sitting in your inbox. Orangie, who's like, you know, one of the guys running the pump and dump Discord on Solana, he got done. One of his hot wallets got stolen, like 55,000. He never clicked on anything anywhere because obviously he's very, very famous in Solana. Everyone knows in the trenches. So they pretty much just got all the big KOLs. They have their phone numbers. And yeah, so that's right. All the scammers had to do was send you a JPEG file to access your phone. But also, yeah, so Apple is urging users immediately update. So actually, this is what happens, friends. You know these hacks that people know the exploits. They just wait for someone to bid a lot of money for it. Yeah? So like if someone's out there, like they'll wait for someone to like say, hey, we'll pay $1 million for the 0-day exploit, you know, and they transfer the $1 million, they get it, and then they execute it because they know they only have about 24 hours max, maybe around 24 hours. So they have to execute the plan, try to do the hack before it gets patched, so they steal the amount of money. So that's actually, you know, friends, the exploits for Apple and Android and stuff out here, it's an actual black market. You can go to these black market stuff and you can actually bid on these exploits. There's ones that say 0-day, 0-click exploit. That's like, it's obviously the highest bid. And it's also the most emergency alert. So it goes for the highest amount of money because you could literally, once you do it, because Apple doesn't know that it exists. People find this stuff and they don't report it, right? He's Orangie himself. So Orangie is obviously this guy, friends. I'll show you. Orangie is obviously this kid. He is, friends, one of the most hated on Solana. Because he's just, you know, there's a lot of pump and dump allegations and all these meme coin stuff out here. So yeah, it's just he's got to be careful, right? Now, personally, I don't want to put anyone in jail. I don't give a crap because I just know you remove one scammer today, another one comes up tomorrow. I don't give a crap. But if I were him, I'd just be careful because he's the face of Solana kids losing money. Okay, so when it comes in the end of the cycle and they've all capitulated and say they were fading PulseChain and then they realize they've been buying the top and listening to all the KOLs, they don't sit there and accept the responsibility and say, oh, I guess I should have watched the highest value content in crypto. They don't actually come to that conclusion. What they conclude is, they conclude that it's easier to go say, that fat kid scammed me I'm going to go tell my friends and family that, no, it wasn't that I was shit. It's just that I got scammed by that kid. You know, that's unfortunately what happens. He says, is this why I and others got drained? Could it ever be proven or anything done about it or no? So yeah, he got drained. Remember, he's got like 5 to 10 to 15. He's got like probably 10 to 15 million dollars plus. So yeah, just one of his hot wallets had on his phone, he had like 58,000. It was like taken in 2 seconds. And yeah, it is confirmed. All they had to do was send you a file. Remember, friends, as well, the main theme of the weekend is major loser pal. Major loser enjoys hole. So he's pretty much signaled that 3 cuts are coming, 3 or 4 rate cuts. We're going to move it down. It's probably going to be really stimulatory, the first ones, because, yeah, the first cuts, like, it's like, hey, we're doing good, but, you know, it's the ones that come after that are usually the badder ones because, like, the economy's slowing down. We've got to keep cutting. But we're nowhere near there. Nowhere near there yet at all. And we still have AI cranking, friends. AI, there's just so much potential with this AI stuff still happening. Just let me blow your mind. You know Palantir, friends? Remember Palantir, Antichrist, Peter Thiel? So Palantir, this is really, friends, get ready. You're going to get goosebumps on this. Palantir, it's the dream AI. Okay, I found out why Palantir went 30x, because the technology they have, I'm trembling here. It's literally the golden goose, okay? You talk to it. So there are companies, Palantir have been letting them trial it. You got to keep it on the hush-hush, right? You tell it, you send it your employee databases, you send it your reports, like, hey, we did this hedging with this commodity, these are our sales. You even send it, you upload it, your clocking time and your working hours for your employees, yeah? You literally just send it everything about your company, like the accounting, who's your accountant, how much money you pay. It calculates all of that. Send it your contracts, like how much are you paying this accountant, this and this and that. Palantir, it's like a black box. It takes all of this stuff and it spits for you how to become like a superpowered company, and it actually works. There was a company who Tom Lee, crowd favorite, Tom Lee, because he's one of the investors in Palantir. He said this company, they're under strict, like, you know, NDA. They can't say who it is, but they have to buy a commodity and make a product, and they have to hedge with a commodity. They won't say what it is, right? Let's say it's just oil or something, but they said they were losing on their hedges. They were not making that much money, and their contracts, for example, sucked, and they spat everything to Palantir, and the AI came out and produced this report. This is the wildest shit. It told them how to hedge better. Friends, you understand? That's wild. It told it, hey, you know, you're hedging. We've noticed you're hedging. You're actually doing it pretty shit. Go to the market. Maybe it's like, oh, you're buying. It could have been something like, oh, you're buying stuff like, you know, like 3 months in the oil contract too close. Maybe you should hedge by buying a 12-month contract. You know, like something little like that. You know what it also did, friends? This is wild, man. It found out that in the company, okay, they're basically getting grifted in certain areas with how much they're paying people to outsource some stuff. I'm telling you, man, this is wild. So, and it's funny, they use the word grifting. Even Tom Lee says it's like a millennial word. So it can figure out if people in your company, if you're out, like for example, it might find out, hey, you're paying your accountant, your accountants work like, you know, this many hours. Let's say they worked 100 hours and you build them, you know, like $800,000 for all the accountants in the company. And it might find out, they go, wait a minute, that's 30% higher cost above the industry standard. So you're actually overpaying on your accountant stuff. Go check it was said that, and your legal stuff, like random things like that. It's literally, friends, I'm telling you why. Now, when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's why it went 30x in a straight line. I'm just telling you, man, like the economy, friends, this is the new economy. You and I, you just sit there, okay? You just send AI your stuff. Here's my bank stuff. This is what I'm doing. And it just spits everything out. And it might say, you're ordering too much McDonald's on a Thursday. Why don't you do something else, you bum? It's going to start throwing you stuff out like this, right? And even more. It's wild, man. I'm just telling you, this is like, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right now, it's just the hardware. Like, you know, the robot, just starting to learn how to do a sidekick and everything. But, man, I'm just telling you, I've got tingles now. This is literally, man, society's not ready. I don't think we're ready to just start talking to this computer and it's like some supreme consciousness being. So what we've got to do is play some angel music because we're about to get mogged. That's right. We are all about to get mogged. Do you see now why, friends? We're not in bear market. You know, the economy's still got to have the mania. Yeah, we've got to have the mania of that part. Yeah, like it's just starting. We're at the rumor part. We're at the rumor of this. So I wanted to share that with you. That is why this AI stuff is super, super powerful. By the way, also, if you're in the consulting industry, I'm just telling you right now, you better go all in crypto because this AI, it is the first thing Palantir is doing right now. It is actively crushing all consultancy. Yeah, because what does consultancy do? They analyze every part of your firm. They go, oh, like, what are your sales? What's the industry standard? You know, they look at every corner of your company. How can we improve it? How much are you paying the receptionist? You know, does she need a third boob job this year? No, you know what I mean? Maybe she can invest in another Snapchat filter, pay an extra $12. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of stuff if you're hiring like consulting for the firm. But imagine you're just feeding this computer all the information. You know, the most amazing part is like, it's so smart. It's got a grifter filter. They're called the grifter filter. Grifting. You know what's grifting? As in, you know, like people like being snake oil, just selling stuff at way overpriced. Well, it calculates it all in your company. You might just find out, hey, you're paying like way too much in this thing for this item. You shouldn't be paying stuff like that. You know what I mean? So and guess what? This is actually the craziest part. The companies that used it, one of the companies that Tom Lee said they used it, they have no idea how it did it. No, it's a black box. Okay, so this is probably, see what the IQ of the AI is. I think it's starting to leave the 100 level stratosphere. We're now going into like the 120s, the 130s, the 140s. You know what I mean? It's becoming like really smart, but in every single industry. So that's why I'm sharing with you all this information. Plus, the PMI is still low. This PMI is still low. Friends, later on, we're going to go through this Tom Lee interview. It's kind of funny. The stock market guys who Tom Lee's talking about, friends, they're fading this indicator. You know, everybody's in disbelief about the economy. You know, everyone. No one's saying we're still early. No one. Everyone says, oh, it's really, really late. But Tom Lee's saying, look, man, we've been contracting in the PMI for so long. We have to go up. He's saying exactly what I'm saying. But even the stock market guys, he goes, dude, we can't. We've already gone for a long time. And they're long too. But they're like, no, I can't imagine it. And Tom Lee's saying, like, that's why he showed the example of, like, you know, Palantir. He's like, dude, AI is driving everything. Okay? Like I said, it's starting to price itself in. It's literally the biggest game changer of all time. Oh, man, it's gotta be wild. So, look, but you can only make it if you stay safe as well, friends. I want to share this with you as well, so please be careful. This girl, I thought it was a guy. It's actually a girl. She made friends on the internet, okay? She got lured to a Discord. They started chatting in the Discord. You know this is going to end bad, right? $170,000 drained. But what they did is, how she got hacked, scammed, was... There's a popular Steam game out there, and so it could be anyone. Scammers release a mod for the game, and the mod will have an exploit, right? So the game is not cracked. It's a popular game. It could be like, oh, you're playing Dota or something, right? So, and this is what the scammers did. They invited her to the chat. They gifted her the game. They said, oh, hey, come and play whatever it is. You know, or like League of Legends with us. Here's a gift. They gifted her the game. Yeah, they became friends. And then after they're playing, they're like, hey, come play with us in this mod. This, like, playing custom maps. So she clicks the link. Yeah, and in the mod for Steam, it lets them backdoor you when they go in. It's so nasty, man. That's exactly what happened to her. They gave her a free Steam game link. So you're probably thinking, oh, it's a fake Steam link. No. It was a real link, and it was a real game. They just attach these like mods. These scammers, friends, it's getting really sophisticated. So, yeah, man, you just got to have another PC, laptop, use a hardware wallet. Also, friends, look, I don't know how else to tell you. Like, you got to be paranoid of everything, friends. If I even get a whiff that something is room temperature, I ain't drinking it. That's it. Okay? No room temperature for me. Nothing. Okay? And look, man, because if you mess it up, man, you can't go back. But for those who have as well, look, like I've told you, man, you can do what you want. God bless yous. I just borrow every credit card and go all in. I just go truck it, whatever. The world took, if the universe took, you know, my blood and sweat and just I got rugged like that, I just find money right now and I would go turbo long altcoins. That's it, you know, and just pray for the best. That's just me. You can do what you want, of course. But yeah, man, when your back's against the wall and we have the biggest alt season of all time, hopefully ahead of us, that's what I'd do. So what do you think, friends? PulseChain, the marketing, all of this stuff starting to come together. Remember, it's all time, friends. Like we're going to see it on September 3rd. We're going to have the US manufacturing PMI. I almost guarantee it's going to be ticker about 50. It's 48 last print. Maybe the next print is like 51 to 52. It might just literally have the huge spike, which is funny enough. That's what the Trump tariff tantrums, friends. The forward-looking indicator that Raoul Pal did after the Trump tantrum of tariffs dumping in April and May. It said somewhere around the second half of this year, there's going to be like a giant, huge upwards deviation, standard deviation, like a white swan pump in the manufacturing new orders, but it's exactly what's happening right now, right? So having like this big like lightning bolt jolt. So a lot of people, friends, you want to know my astrology? We don't know. You know what I mean? I'll draw it because I was trying to manifest it, but if I just had to guess, okay, if I had to guess, PulseChain does around 3 to 5x SAC here, okay? And it finds a way to test this zone somewhere. So it's about this is wave 1. It does about a 9x, comes back down, it's up around 3 or 4. I want to remind you though, friends, this is it's around break even to over 4 years ago for the SAC price. If you use the PulseChain to ETH or PulseChain to BTC ratios. Yeah, if you look at the price, so this is about break even, okay? So hopefully Ethereum's like 7,000 here. So that's what I'm just guessing. We go back to break even, wave 1, and I have a feeling people are going to call it a scam and that it's over because they said, hey, I waited 4 years and all I got was a 3x, and they would have said, oh, but Bitcoin's up 4x or 5x. That's what they might say as it jolts down, because they're not going to say it up here. They're going to say it down here when it goes down. And I'm just going to hope this is wave 1. And I'm praying. It's just praying, man. I don't know. There's a PDI peg there. Something happens here that's magical. And then now that we're ready for the Hyperloop, okay, which just sends us up. That's what I'm hoping. That's alt season wave 1. And alt season wave 2 is something like that. Now, I don't know at all. But yeah, man. Look, in an ideal world, we just skip this wave and we just go straight 100x. That'd be great. That'd be really great. Just, it's better to just, be prepared for the worst. That's all. And just hope for the best. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you soon.